we just had a huge update for the Milwaukee Bucks. As we thought they were pivoting, they pulled us right back into where we started. I'm Jake Finnerty, and welcome on into Bucks Digest. If you want to keep it locked on all things Milwaukee Bucks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. But the Bucks are still looking for that final piece in their roster, that 15th man to sign. Lots of free agents out there. The Summer League just starting up this weekend for the Milwaukee Bucks as well, if they want to keep it open for that. But I think we finally see the development, the pushing forth of what we've seen going forward these past couple of weeks. But, of course, our last report on this guy, Gary Trent, was that the Sixers were the front runners to go and get him to make sure that he wanted to end up in Philly. They go out, they sign another guy, so now he's left kind of trying to figure out where he wants to end up. The Knicks haven't shown a ton of interest, and we saw he does not want to play for the Nuggets. He does not want to play in Denver. He said it's not an option for him. So where does he go to now? Well, a report coming out just hours ago that the Milwaukee Bucks are looking to acquire a shooting guard and have shown interest in Gary Trent Jr. This is coming from Shams in an article from The Athletic. Milwaukee is also among contenders pursuing the top free agent remaining, Gary Trent Jr. League sources have said Trent, who averaged 13.7 points per game on 39.3% three-point shooting for Toronto last season, is taking a patient approach to finding the best opportunity for his 7th NBA campaign. Now, wow, that was a lot to take in, because here in Milwaukee, Gary Trent has been on that wish list. He's been a guy, we want that wing, we want that shooter. We need a shooter to come in because, frankly, losing Malik Beasley was a very big deal. Not getting a guy to fill that role would be a hole in this Milwaukee Bucks roster. We've seen they really need a wing to back up Chris Middleton, who may not be playing a full 82 games, 83 games, and even the playoffs, who gets injured. A guy who can complement Dame in the shooting department, because Dame, of course, was also what was complimenting Malik Beasley. When Dame would go to the bench, Malik Beasley would be the guy to back him up. They need another wing. They need a guy who could play that small forward shooting guard role, because if you're keeping Brook Lopez, if you can't find a trade destination for him, well, then he'll be sitting out on the arc in the 5 spot, though. Giannis is going to be the power forward, of course, and then you're kind of stuck in limbo with the shooting guard small forward. Of course, you brought in Taurean Prince, but is that really the route you want to go? I think that's where it gets to the point of, this is the starting lineup we're looking at right now, folks. Taurean Prince playing small forward for the Milwaukee Bucks as our starting 5 on opening day next year. As much as I love the Taurean Prince signing, Taurean Prince is not a starter. Taurean Prince should be that guy to come off the bench, because that's what the Bucks need. The Bucks need a guy like Taurean Prince who can score. A guy like Gary Trent who can score. These guys are plug-and-play guys who can play off the bench at a high pace, high velocity, or even slide into that small forward starting role and really be a guy to rely on. Last year, the Bucks were 19th in bench points. That's 19th right there. The Mavericks, sitting at 11th, they were in the finals, but look at what happened when they got there. Depth. They need depth, especially if they're going to compete in this ever-growing, ever-expanding Eastern Conference. All these teams have gotten better. Philly added Paul George. The Knicks added Mikal Bridges. They now have a big 3. They have the Villanova guys. You're looking at the Boston Celtics. Well, they just raised the championship banner. They got 3 guys on the Olympic roster this year. The U.S. Olympic roster, I should say. Could be the first time ever that a trio wins a gold medal together, that are playing on the same team. This is a big deal for the Bucks, because they need a guy to compete with all of those teams. The Bucks were the big dogs in the East a couple years ago, and now they're falling behind due to injuries, due to contracts of guys that shouldn't still be there. trying to dish off Brook Lopez and can't get much for him. This is also a reason why this weekend is huge, because seeing these young guys in the Summer League is going to be, well, what do we got here? What can we work with? Who can step up for us? Who can we sign? Gary Trent Jr., a 40% three-point percentage, a guy that can fill a role that you're missing, and a guy that, let's not forget, played with a guy you brought in last year. Him and Dame. They played in Portland together. This is a great addition. This would be a great chemistry builder. They know each other. Dame could get him to come in. Dame wants a chip. Dame wants a chip. They want another chip. They want another chip, Milwaukee. Giannis isn't done. They want another championship. Can Gary Trent Jr. be that piece? He's definitely a piece that they should be going after and that they are going after. If you want to see Gary Trent Jr. in Milwaukee, make sure to comment down below. And make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all things Milwaukee Bucks.